Hello and welcome to Sharefight Presents, the show that brings you the highs and lows of UK MMA. Coming up on today's episode,
we catch up with lightweight professional Antonio Sheldon.
Carl was a massive influence on me. Sadly we've lost him recently.
We meet up with Martin Chester and Stephen Hooper.
He looks like a bit of a Conor McGregor wannabe.
I hope he's not sold too many tickets because they're going to have to watch him get a kick in and that's it.
And we feature some of the best of the UK Fighting Championship.
This is Sharefight Presents.
So I'm here in the newly refurbished level bar, and as you can see it's quite loud, and that's because we're sat in the bowling alley. I'm going to be catching up with some of the biggest fighters as they're here for their weigh-ins.
I'm Stephen Hooper, I'm 27 and I'm fighting out of SBG Manchester. I'm 2-0 as a pro. Last fight was against Anthony O'Connor, who's on the main event. It was quite a tough fight, he's quite a strong guy, but my submission superiority managed to pay out in the end.
So Stephen, how are you feeling going into your fight with Martin Chester?
Supremely confident. I've trained very hard for this fight. I just feel like I'm so far ahead of the curve at the minute with the training because I've got a really good team down at SBG Manchester. I'm being coached correctly, I'm doing my nutrition correctly, conditioning myself properly. I'm so far ahead of that as well. You know, I'm competing and training in cycling, which is a side sport of mine. So yeah, I feel really good, feel confident. I feel like I'm just going to take it first round easy.
My name is Martin Chester. I've repped MMA in Preston and I'm 28. My record all in all is 15-5 amateur, and my last fight was a UKFC lightweight title amateur.
So we've just spoken to Stephen, but how are you feeling going into the fight?
I feel great. Still the best weight cut I've ever had. The best training I've had, so should be good.
How much weight did you cut?
Not a lot. Not a lot. No, it was 3.5 pounds this morning.
Yeah, weight cut's been fine. I'm so far ahead of the curve on the cutting. I find it easy now. Like, I'll be 80 kilos in that cage tomorrow, you know. So, you know, and it's been no problem for me making the weight. I'm you know, cognitively thinking now. You know, it's no issues, no problem. So yeah.
So what are you expecting from the fight with Martin?
I expect him to come out hard. It's his hometown. He's probably sold a lot of tickets and that. You know, it's his pro debut, and I can kind of see he wants it. But I want it more. You know, I'm the one that's moved myself to Manchester to go train with the best. I'm the one. You know, I'm working part time. You know, putting in 100% each day to my training and stuff like that. You know, I do 2 sports. I just want this more, and I'm going to absolutely dominate this fight, and I'm taking it no matter what.
So do you know much about him?
Yeah, he looks like a bit of a Conor McGregor wannabe. I'm going to smash him in the face and he'll soon change his stance.
And so what's the ideal result for you coming out of the fight then?
Stoppage any round he wants. Any round, but he's going to get stopped.
Do you know much about him?
Yeah, he's southpaw. He's just not as athletic as me, so you know, I feel like I'm better athletically, I'm better technically, and I want this more, so it's only going my way, and that's it.
So what's the ideal result for you?
Submission or TKO, it does not bother me. I just want to finish. I like to finish, and I like to look good. I like to not get hit. I like to stay pretty. That's how I do it.
So obviously you're the hometown favourite. You're going to have a lot of support behind you.
Yeah, I have support wherever I go in the UK really. So being at home doesn't really make much difference. But it's always better being in your backyard. I'm literally 2 minutes away from the venue, so straight out of bed, straight here, kick his ass and go home.
Martin's the hometown favourite, so he's going to have a massive support behind him. How does that make you?
Not a problem. I don't care. I'm used to going to people's hometowns. I'm used to turning up, you know, and being the bad guy or whatever, and having people boo me on that. It does not bother me. They can't fight for him or anything like that. So you know, they're just going to have to watch. I hope he's not sold too many tickets because they're going to have to watch him get a kick in, and that's it. You know, if he's bringing a big crowd and that, you know, they're not going to have a fun time watching me smashing his face in repeatedly for up to 15 minutes, you know, so that's how it's going down. So
what are you expecting from the fight then?
I'm expecting him to try and take me down, but I'm going to sprawl, smash his head in when he tries.
So thanks for the interview, Martin. I wish you the best of luck.
Cheers.
We have the exclusive on this professional lightweight fight for you. Jay Furness and Steve Kukabit are cage side to tell you more.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the UK Fighting Championships 6. We're here at the Preston Guild Hall, and we've got 26 contests tonight. 3 title fights, 3 pro fights, a boxing match. Jay, I'm looking forward to it, and let's just jump straight to that main event. Antonio Sheldon taking on Anthony O'Connor. Lightweight clash that's going to have a big repercussion for the winner.
Absolutely. I mean, this is a fight we've seen these guys, many a time. Antonio Sheldon's as tough as they come, you know what I mean? He had a really good amateur record, 7-1 as an amateur, outstandingly tough, and he seems to just get himself into wars every time, so you can expect that to be good. He's got an opponent coming from a great gym in Next Generation, solid record, a little bit more pro experience, good submission guy, but very well-rounded as well, so I do anticipate this should be a good fight to top the bill off.
And of course, in Antonio's pro career, 2 fights in, he hasn't seen past the first round. He's finished both. I expect fireworks.
Yeah, 2 finishes, against some good guys as well, some very experienced opponents. So Antonio, he can go the distance if he needs to. I've seen him go 5 rounds as an amateur, and you can throw everything at the guy and he'll still keep coming. So whether it needs to go the distance or whether he looks for a finish early, he's got that in his locker. O'Connor, he's been training at a high level with good sparring partners for a long time. Prior to Next Generation, he was at Calbon, so he's had the quality around him, and he's just he had a slip up in his last fight. He lost to Stephen Hooper, who's also on the card, and he'll be adamant he wants to get back to winning ways. So at the top of the bill, I'm convinced that we're going to have a good showstopper there.
You mentioned Stephen Hooper, and of course he's in, I suppose, the penultimate co-main event. He's in the third last fight of the night, and he's facing UK Fighting Championships' very own Martin Chester, making his pro debut. Talk about walking into the Lion's Den.
Absolutely, Chester will be extremely popular here. This is a stomping ground. We're in Preston, and we saw him win the lightweight title here, of course, a tough 5-rounder, and we've seen him in some of the best amateur fights probably UK MMA's ever seen. It's the right time for him to turn pro. He's absolutely got the skills to do it. Hooper is 2-0 undefeated, so this is not an easy way to start out, but in front of his home crowd, he don't want a gimme. Chester wants the hard fights, and Hooper will certainly be a tough test for him.
Those are the 3 main fights tonight, but our undercard and amateur card is absolutely packed full of title fights, up-and-coming prospects, and some of the best the UK have to offer. The UK Fighting Championship 6 starts soon.
Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. The following is a professional lightweight contest, and we are scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds. Let's meet the fighters. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner with a professional record of 2 wins and no defeats, representing SBG Manchester, it's Stephen Hooper. Fighting out of the red corner, making his professional debut and representing Reps MMA, it's Martin Chester.
Well, Jay, we're coming to the business end now of the card here at UK Fighting Championship 6. Martin Chester making his long-awaited pro debut here, taking on 2-0 Stephen Hooper. Stephen Hooper, the blue corner, representing SBG UK. Martin Chester, of course, reps MMA.
Yeah, and you could be forgiven for taking an easier step into the pro ranks than a guy who's 2-0 unbeaten. But as they go in, Stephen Hooper looking for a leg lock straight away. Obviously Matt Inman in his corner, very good leg locker there, and BJJ black belt. As Hooper looks to attack for a heel hook.
Chester looking to try and protect that leg, get a dominant position, take the back and he's out.
Yeah, he's done well, he's out, and now he can work to the back. As I say, Hooper 2-0. He could be forgiven for taking an easier fight in front of the home crowd. Wanted the hard fight, he's had the experience at amateur to certainly stand the test. Won the lightweight title here, vacated that to go pro, and here it is, the pro debut. As you say, well awaited.
Oh, it seems like a long time coming, this debut, so I'm really looking forward to it. And as you point out, Stephen, you could have taken an easier fight than Stephen Hooper for your debut at home.
Absolutely, and good work from Chester. He's got the arm trapped. dropping the left hooks and the elbows. He used his right arm underneath to control Hooper's right arm, and that's allowing him to get some of these clean shots off as he controls the hips.
Yeah, again,
looks for a guillotine.
Doesn't need to rush here at all. Got great position. Some fantastic advice coming from the cornerman behind us.
And this is as good a start, I think, as Martin Chester could have hoped. He's on top. Obviously, Hooper looked for a leg up straight away. Chester was wise to that. And from there on in, he's controlled this bout.
Yeah, he's stacking Hooper up against the fence as well. Hooper's shoulders and neck are shoved right up tight against that fence.
Yeah, he needs to be careful of the arm bar there if Hooper starts switching the hips out. But I would say Chester's not without experience. Hooper does have a good triangle from his back. Chester, 7-1, I believe, is an amateur, as well as a champion here. He's got the savvy. There's the triangle thrown up, though. I mean, that was coming for a while. I could see that coming. Hooper's going to try and lock this up. Chester still has a little bit of space. Yeah. And there he's just locked it up tighter.
Got to be careful now, does Martin Chester.
And it's not all the way there, but Hooper does have a tight triangle, and he's locking it up bit by bit.
Yeah, you can hear the people around the cage screaming at Chester to throw some elbows. But
he's not out. Hooper's reset that.
Yeah, I thought
Chester's still fighting, and he'll fight to the very end, believe me, in front of this Preston crowd.
He's going to have to try and
getting the knee on the face, trying to take off a little bit of that pressure, but this is getting tighter and tighter.